What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Sorry if my voice sounds absolutely weird right now. I'm not sure how it's going to pick up on the mic, but I'm still feeling like absolute death with this sickness. With that being said, though, it's been too long without a video, so we're going to follow up on this Plathville, or Plath family, sorry, but the show is called Welcome to Plathville. I'm already getting all mixed up, bro. This cough medicine's just got me on one right now. But anyways, as we saw last episode, they basically bullied this oldest son's wife the entire time, Ethan and his wife, Olivia. They were talking a bunch of trash, the parents. So in this video, we're going to see the follow-up. It's kind of funny. The next episode starts with them going on what they call a date to this like random river where they're just sitting on this river talking about all the issues that are coming up. And I'm sorry, but if you don't see this as just a forecast for them getting a divorce later on, I don't know what is. Like, this woman is getting bullied and her husband is not standing up for her at all. Bullied by his own family, might I add.
You need that family and that community and that support. And when those people who are supposed to be that for you are sometimes the people that hurt you the most, it's just a really hard thing to deal with.
Ethan is just staring here mindlessly looking into the water because he doesn't want to go against mommy and daddy who have raised him to believe that they can do no wrong. But I think the more that he's spending time with his wife out in the real world, he's realizing just how wrong they have been to him and the rest of his siblings and how much they've screwed him up for life, pretty much. But fast forwarding here, now it's the next day or maybe a few days have passed, and Barry and Kim, the parents of this weird family, have a peace offering for Ethan and Olivia. And I'm gonna make you guys make your guesses right now what it is, because they're making this big introduction like, we just want to extend an olive branch, we just want to give you this, no strings attached. And you'd think it'd be like, I don't know, maybe a super old bottle of wine or something cool for their home, like an appliance or something, I don't know. We're about to see what this gift is, but first, let's see Kim's introduction to it.
We found it.
This is no strings attached. It's not like we're giving you this, therefore we expect to heal the relation. Or, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with that.
So they're like, yeah, we wanted to get this for you since you got engaged. So that also makes me think this must be a massive present. Again, I could see this easily being a new like oven or something for their house. And if they're hyping it up this much, it better be cool, right? Well, I hate to break your hearts, but the gift is a little bit lackluster to say the least. Let's check out what they got them. Is that not the whitest thing you've ever seen? They're like, hey, we wanted to get you this as an anniversary gift, or when you got engaged rather, but we couldn't find one, but now we finally found one. You ready to see it? It's one of those tiny model boats made out of wood and paper. Isn't that cool? Like, what is this supposed to do? How is this a peace offering at all? Like, I guess it's cool you got your son a gift, but who is going to have space for this 4-foot tall boat? Like, it's just such an out of left field gift. It reminds me of in Wayne's World when he gets the gun rack from his crazy girlfriend. Like, I don't have a gun, let alone enough to necessitate a gun rack, okay? But yeah, needless to say, after that, things are still pretty awkward between them because, again, I have to remind you, the day before, Barry literally said to Olivia's face that she has some major character flaws, and that's why she's not allowed to see any of Ethan's siblings or spend time with the family when the parents aren't there. Which, again, is just such a terrible thing to say to someone, especially someone that is already insecure, moved across the country, I believe, to be with your son and marry him, and is trying to start this new life. You're supposed to be the only family that she has down there in this area that you all live at, and instead you're kind of giving her the cold shoulder. Well, not kind of, they're literally banishing her from being at the house ever if they're away. So the next day they sit down and they have a real discussion about what's been going on, where again the parents just skirt around every major issue as if they don't exist, or you know, they just use that annoying lingo of theirs that's super passive aggressive and vague where you don't even really understand what they're trying to say.
You can't go on like this.
Well, this is a start. Just being able to sit and talk about. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious there's a need, a big need.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what I mean? They're literally saying sentences, but no actual thoughts are being portrayed here. She's like, yeah, I'm glad we can sit and, you know, there's been a need for, a real need for, like, for what? Or you're glad that you're doing what? Like, finish your damn sentences, bro, please.
Like, if I did not conform and think exactly like you guys or do things like you guys, I wasn't accepted, and then I was told that I was a bad influence on the kids, and the kids were told I was a bad influence on them.
I totally get where she's coming from. This would feel so alienating to marry into a family, and that same family is telling all the other kids, this guy's siblings, that you are a bad influence and to stay away from you and not talk to you or engage with you or have a relationship with you, simply because she was not down to be put in place and put in line like the rest of the kids by Kim and Barry, these parents. Like, they just want everyone to conform to their ways and live life the way that they think they should live them. And when she's an outsider and doesn't conform to that, instantly she's the main enemy, which is just so telling of how controlling these parents are. They want everything done their way, and if they don't get their way, then you're out of the family, pretty much. Also, side note, I want you guys to pay attention to Barry's face throughout this whole exchange. I don't know what it is in conversations like this, but that is the most punchable face I think I've ever seen. It looks like he's trying to win a freaking competition of who can have the least amount of lip. Like, you don't have to tuck them in like that and hide them, bro. You're scaring me right now.
I'm sorry that you heard that we said you were a bad influence. I don't know if those were the words we used. I didn't mean, you're not a bad influence. You're an amazing influence.
And the mother's just lying through her teeth here because she got caught being toxic. I love how she doesn't apologize for actually saying she was a bad influence. She's like, I'm sorry you heard that I said that. I didn't mean for you to hear it. You know, usually when I talk trash about you behind your back, I hope that no one tells you, but this time it leaked and I'm so sorry. Like, no, be sorry that you even said it. You're literally spreading your toxicity to your children to where they're afraid to hang out with their older brother because they think that they're just gonna get, you know, hooked on all this bad stuff if they hang around them, simply because him and his wife don't live on the farm and they experience the world like normal people.
Just from my standpoint, it's sad to see that Mariah just doesn't really care to be with us. I mean, that's kind of hurtful.
And then Barry, the freaking genius, comes in and chimes in with his opinion, which is basically, you're making our children hate us, which is not the case. I think your actions are making your own children hate you, and the way that you raise them so limited is making them understand as they become adults just how much you're messing them up. It has nothing to do with this wife here. Maybe she's the one that's helping open their eyes a little bit quicker and that worries you, but no, it's all your actions of why your children don't seem to resonate with you. And it's funny that they place the blame on her. Like, that's just so gaslighty. I hate to use that overdone word. That's like the most annoying word to read everywhere in 2021, but they really are gaslighting her and making her think she is the main source of all these issues in the family, even though these all probably existed well before she was in the picture. But now they have a scapegoat and someone to hate on that's not themselves, so that's why they're attacking her. And it's just so sad to see these people are like twice or three times this woman's age and bullying her.
Maybe there's things she feels like she can't talk about with you. Is it then wrong for me to be a friend and come alongside and help her through something when she doesn't have someone else?
Well, that's kind of what's been happening.
And what kind of a rebuttal is that? Like, actually, Olivia here had a very mature and reasonable response. Like, yeah, you're not there for your daughter emotionally, and she's going through a lot of things as she's coming of age. So I'm trying to be a friend and be there for her, something that you're not able to do. And he just responds like, yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. Like, yeah, Captain Obvious, that is what's happening. You just confirmed her point that she is not the problem. She's just trying to help out where she can and be a part of the family like normal. Like, I'm sure the rest of the siblings talk trash about you too. It's not just between her and the siblings. Like, all of them are gonna hate your guts as they get old enough to realize how much you've been damaging them with the way you're raising them.
Well, I will say, just for the record, before Olivia ever came into the picture, Mariah had a lot of that same type of attitude built up inside of her, very much the same way she is now.
And I guess props to Ethan here. He stands up for his wife for once and admits the same thing I just said, that these problems existed well before Olivia was in the picture. So it's funny again that they're using her as a scapegoat. I just think this is a sad attempt at deflecting away from their responsibility in this whole mess of a family. But again, as this show goes on, you're gonna see the fabric of this family continues to fall apart quite dramatically, and I think most of it starts in around season 2, which we're getting to, but man, this is just the start here. This is just the foundation cracking, and soon the whole family is gonna tumble down. So after some more conversation, the parents finally do budge and allow Ethan to spend some time with his younger brother, the one that they didn't allow to be in the band. So now he can go over there and play some gospel music on his guitar once a week, which shouldn't be that big of a win, but in this family, that's a huge win. So afterwards, the whole family celebrates and eats dinner together, which is where we see just the true wackiness of this family. And I say that in the most sarcastic manner, like eating dinner with this group of people seems like the worst thing ever. The conversation and the humor here is about as dry and unseasoned as the food they're probably eating. But either way, as an outro, let's just experience the whole Plath family dinner table together, all right?
What did the German police officer say to his navel? What? You're under a vest.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny, Ethan. Oh my gosh, that was a racy joke. That was crazy. Like, oh my God, living in this family has to be abysmal. That's their level of comedy. That's the bar they're setting right there, is some like joke you'd read in a Jay Leno comedy book from the Scholastic Book Fair back in 2006 called like How to Be Funny or something. Like, come on, dude. Either way, I shouldn't be getting mad at these kids for being so sheltered and having no culture references to derive off of for their comedy, so that's about as much as they can get away with. But yeah, like I said, this family's a bit of a mess, and I just wanted a follow-up video for my last one so you guys could see a bit of the resolution before the real mess starts. Sorry, I just kicked my desk. Before the real mess starts with his family, like I was saying. So let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I'm interested to see your guys' take on this, whether I'm being too harsh on the family or not, but I think you get where I'm coming from if you're a normal person that has a normal way of thinking like I do. As always, I'll see you all in the next video, and I'm gonna leave you off with a little bit of character work from Barry, the dad here. It's just a great way to give the outro of the video. So until next time, peace out.
I am not saying anymore.